It's the Luna Show.
Hello, you're watching The Luna Show, and right now you're about to meet Ski Prodigy. So right now we are with Ski Prodigy. How are you?
I'm fine, yourself?
So I say your name right, Ski, right? So where does your name come from?
It's a short version of my original name, which is Askia. So,
Askia?
yes.
Oh, that's hot.
Arabic.
I love that. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, how long have you been in the scene?
I've been in the scene since 1994. I wasn't in a house then. You know, my first level was one of the founders of the House of Cartier, and he introduced me to the ballroom scene.
In 1994?
1994.
Wow.
Long time.
When did you start like actually walking and being a participant?
The first time I walked the ball, I believe it was Kenny Polo's ball in Philadelphia, 1995. I didn't walk an actual category. I was in somebody's production, and that's what introduced me to ballroom. My first actual ball walking was the Jordan ball, I believe 1997, and I was at Ebony then.
Wow, so you've been actually in the scene for a good, cute little time. So you caught the tail end of the 90s era. In a way, right? Because 95,
from
you know.
like mid to end, yeah.
So from experiencing the 90s, because a lot of people reference the 1990 ballroom scene, and what the scene is today, how will you compare the two?
Now, honestly, I don't like how ballroom is going now. I think it lost its umph. I think everything is like all over the place. Sometimes I look at like VHS tapes, and you know, I used to think like, wow, you know, we had so much fun, even though the balls wasn't as exciting. But I think I have more fun then than I do now. You know, most balls end in fights now. And
what do you think that is, though? What do you think changed that era to this era?
I think a lot has to do with a respect level. I think the respect level for the older, as the younger kids call them, the elders in the ballroom scene is not there anymore. As to when I came out, you know, we respected, even if somebody was, you know, my age and they was out longer than me, you know, I still looked up to that person because, you know, that was somebody that I could learn from.
So tell me how the different categories you've walked over the years, because I know you've had a few in your belts.
Schoolboy Realness. I've played around with Thug Realness. I didn't take it serious. Legendary Realness.
How do you take Thug Realness? How do you take that seriously?
I mean, you know,
like, what's the rule for that?
Thug Realness was something that I walked because back then when I was walking twist, we had to walk Thug Realness in order to twist. So, you know, it wasn't nothing that, you know, I would go out there and say, okay, I'm going to walk Thug Realness tonight, and I'm going to battle Roy, and I'm going to battle Jahad, and I'm going to battle Dre and all that. It wasn't like that. It was just, you know, I'm going to go get my 10s for Thug Realness so I can twist.
So you could twist. So
now I walk Runway.
And your runway is actually fab. I live for your runway.
Thank you.
And it looks like you're having more fun when you do that.
I do. I lost all of the respect I had for the Runners with a Twist category, and Runway has allowed me to explore something new. I found something new within myself, which was an eye for fashion, and you know, Ray, you know, not so arts and crafty, but I like to sew now, so you know, put things together.
So you do your own EFax and you start from scratch?
I do my own EFax.
So break that down. Like, there's a lot of runway kids that watch the show. What's your process for that?
Usually when I see a runway category, I start thinking from that day on what I want to do. I start doing a lot of research, searching fashion designers and seeing what I can take from this person, that person, and infuse it to see what I can get on my own. But I also have a team that if I can't put something together, I have my team to put that together for me.
And that's what's fab about the scene, is that we all kind of stick together to do what we have to together.
Well, my team is not in the scene. They're like on the outside looking in, which I like. So usually I'll take my ideas to them, and they'll, you know, if they have to tweak my ideas, they'll tweak it a little bit. And they'll come to me before they do it to see if I agree with it.
Oh, okay, that's hot.
So forth, so.
Also, you have a support system.
Correct.
So how important is ballroom for you? Because you've been in it for a minute
for a long time.
For you to still be a part of it, you know.
I honestly really like going to balls. Not so much walking, but more so seeing people that I haven't seen in a long time. The walking thing, I like it, but you know, I would rather go to kick it with, you know, some old school people I haven't seen.
So what's next in terms of where the scene is going and where you're going with the scene? Like, what do you see yourself doing in the next few years in the scene?
Well,
because you did several categories,
right?
And now you're doing Runway. You see yourself doing something else?
I was, you know, deemed legendary for Runway last year. I mean, for Twist last year. Runway, you know, I really like Runway. I just don't see me walking Runway all the time. Runway is a really expensive category. But I think I might, you know, dib and dab here and there with best dress, maybe. You know, look out, Corey, Aga, you know, Sky Milan, you know, look out. 2012 Ski Prodigy.
So you've been a prodigy for a while now. Like, how do you keep consistent? And because you know these days people just jump from house to house. What's your motivation to stay in the House of Prodigy?
Well, when I was at Ebony, I got voted in the House in Philadelphia, which was under the leadership of Man. So when he decided to do the House of Prodigy, it was mainly all the Ebonies that was in Philadelphia. So we were already like one unit, one family there already. So we all just, you know, left and started the house at the same time. So it wasn't, I didn't feel like I was starting in a new house because I was still with the same people, just a different name. I don't get the whole jumping house to house thing. My whole thing is, you know, we're supposed to be a family. Biological family, gay family, everybody go through ups and downs. No grass is greener on the other side. So, you know, whatever issues I have with the house or they have with me, you know, I stick it out. If I feel like I need to take a break from everybody, I'll take a break from everybody, but I will never leave my house.
Okay, so do you see yourself being a father, a leader in the ballroom scene?
I don't want to be a house father. The way my house is ran, we do have a board. I am on the board. I am one of the top board members. I have one of the highest positions on the board. So I like being more behind the scenes and helping everybody versus me being a father, because what I do for the house now is really stressful. So I can only imagine what a parent goes through. So I don't think I will ever want to be a house father.
So what's one message you would tell young people that are watching the show and want to walk all the categories that you've walked? What would you tell them?
Education first. You know, ballroom should always be secondary, and if you put your mind to it, you can do it. That's really it. You know, that's what I did. You know, I wanted to do something, I figured out how to do it, and I did it. So.
And in terms of, like, I know you once in a while participate in the Kiki scene. Do you think that the Kiki scene has something to do with where the ballroom, the real ballroom scene is going?
I think the Kiki scene is evolving, and I honestly think within probably the next few years, the Kiki scene might be bigger and better than the ballroom scene. The Kiki scene is all about having fun, you know, and I think that's what the regular ballroom scene lost, the whole aspect of being fun. So I think the Kiki scene might actually evolve to being bigger and better.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.